minutes out of your time to say, firstly, thank you so much for coming along tonight. What you're seeing here is the result of my master's. It's 5.5 years of since I started the work, and I don't really know how much actual labour is involved. What's not noticed in this work is a quarter of the actual drawing that I did. The board isn't actually up. We didn't have room to install it, so that doesn't matter. I mean, I don't think it's material to the end result. So I just really wanted to take an opportunity to acknowledge and thank a few people for assisting me on the journey towards this end result. And really, the first person and the most significant is actually my supervisor, Michael Vale, who is sitting over there. He should be acknowledged. The reason I want to acknowledge him is because when I first came here, he wasn't actually my assigned supervisor. It was another gentleman in the Department of Design. But in the first year I was here, we had what were called cluster groups, where groups of postgraduates would assemble and just talk about their work and discuss art and design in a general fashion. And Michael always kept, with regard to my work, kept asking provocative and interesting questions about my work and also the medium of comics, and started me thinking about it in a different way, certainly different to print. And really the end result was starting to think about it as a medium beyond print. And indeed I would go so far to say, and I do, that comics are not literature. Comics are comics, they're their own medium. That they appear in print all the time, mostly, is just the most convenient form of presentation of comics. But it is bigger than that. And in some respects, my journey to this exhibition is not to prove that comics are bigger than just print, but that it is a medium that can be presented in so many different ways. And anyway, coming to design and create a work for space, which this is, has been an immense source of learning and also pleasure and immense hard work for me as well. I'm actually still quite numb from the whole experience. I only just installed it on Monday. Unfortunately, it comes down tomorrow. And I still haven't really come to terms with it all. Essentially what we're seeing here is comics exploded, just blown out from where we normally see it, and so that you can engage with it in a different way. And that's something that I've learned, and something that in my written component I've explored in depth, and hopefully one day I'll print it all alongside this work and something will happen with it. So, Michael, I can't express to you how deep my gratitude for your contribution to this work really is. It really is so significant. Without you, this simply wouldn't exist. It's simply a case of that, okay? So as a small token of gratitude, I do want to present you with this. Okay, so come up and grab it.
Thanks so much, Boris.
Okay, you're welcome.
Can I just say, what an amazing candidate to work with. I'm really sorry it's over, in some ways anyway, so yeah. We've had many interesting conversations, but thank you. And congratulations.
Just briefly, obviously, the content in this work, if those of you who have read my graphic novel, Sacrifice, will start to recognise a lot of parallels and characters out of that novel. This is something of what's coming in the subsequent 2 volumes, in The Fight and The Return. What you're seeing here is, in fact, the stories out of it, parts of it, obviously tiny parts of it, because I have no idea how many pages these 2 volumes are going to be. I can't bear the thought. I've still got to do them all. I've written the 2nd volume, but I've still got to write and draw the 3rd and draw or the second, but anyway, so my publisher, of course, who is actually over here, is obviously smiling in anticipation. This labour. Obviously, you know where I'll be for the next 2 years, bent over a drawing board putting the second volume together. So obviously, in some respects, a deep level of thanks is to her as well for taking the sacrifice on all, was it 8, 9 years ago now? Heavens, it seems like such a long time ago. Because these stories that you're seeing here come from that. If I hadn't have started that, again, we probably still wouldn't be standing here. And I should give a quick shout of thanks to my helpers on Monday, because I installed this on Monday with the help of 4 other people. It took 5 of us nearly 8 hours to install. So Michael obviously was one. My delightful girlfriend Helen over here, who also helped out, and to Tiziana over there she is down the back, and also to Scarlett Cheney, who also didn't show up tonight, but for a lot of reasons. So, and the last of all, thanks so much for all of you for coming along tonight. I hope that I'll install this exhibition in another space for a longer run next year, the entire work. Who knows when that'll be, I don't know. I can't bear the thought of the idea of organising it right now. So please enjoy the remainder of the show, and hope that, you know, tell the world about it, whatever it is, but enjoy it, okay?